Hi guys, today we're going to be creating a rubber ducky using an Arduino Teensy 3.2. What this does is it acts the same exact way as an HID device, therefore being a keyboard recognized as for the computer. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go into Amazon and we're going to go ahead and buy a PJRC Teensy 3.2. So we're going to download this Arduino IDE. Next, we're going to download the Teensy Duino. So if you're using a Teensy 3.2, it's not going to recognize it right away because the Arduino does not recognize Teensy's anymore. So simply, once you run the Arduino software, you're going to want to run this afterwards, the Teensy Duino, to recognize your device and being able to upload to it. So once you have that all downloaded, you're going to go to Tools, and after you download the Teensy Duino, you should be able to see the board, the USB, CPU speed, and other options. What we're going to do is we're going to set the board and make sure that it says 3.2 or 3.1 or whatever board you did happen to get. Next, we're going to use the USB type. Automatically be on serial, but you want to switch that over to keyboard. After that, you can even set the CPU speed and drop it to 72 MHz so it's not overclocking. As far as that goes, if you're running small code, then it won't really matter. But if you're going to be running extensive, long code, you might want to up the CPU to make sure it gets delivered properly. Speaking of delivered properly, when we do use our Ducky code, there's going to be something called a delay. And a delay is used in between the codes to make sure that we're not going too fast or too slow for your code to be running. As far as the delay 50, this is 50 milliseconds. That is quite fast. Using different computers, if you're injecting in an older computer, it might take a while to run some of your code, especially if you're using Chrome or anything of that nature. So, once you have that all installed, you'll be greeted with this, the code module, and also your Teensy programmer. Once you're in program mode, which will automatically happen once you plug it in if it's your first time using it, you're going to be able to upload your code. So instead of typing all the new code in, you can also just go online, especially if you want to go out to Hack5. They have a great Ducky script and all these other types of Ducky scripts that you could use. You're going to want to go to any of the duckuino compilers. So this is the one I prefer using, and I don't use Nico's Hood's HID. That's just me personally. Every time it comes up, I never copy the HID part because I just don't use any extensive code that would need that nature. That is just a simple way of changing all of the code to work with Arduino better instead of just Ducky. Anyway, we're going to run a simple code saying that it's going to hit the Windows key, it's going to delay, it's going to type in Notepad, it's going to enter the Notepad, and it's also going to delay 100 milliseconds and then type in hello world. When you run the compiler, you're going to get all of this wording. Once you have all of this, you're going to want to copy and paste it. Make sure you copy the video loop. Now we're going to copy whatever was in there and paste the new text. Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to verify and compile. When you do this, it's going to ask you to save it somewhere. So I save this under video, and this is going to be test hello world 2, just because I did it the first time. Also, once that goes, it's going to start compiling the sketch. I already know there are 2 errors with this one. We are not using a mouse, so we don't need the mouse code. And honestly, it forces you to delete it anyway, because we are not using it. I'm also going to delete the absolute mouse end, because we are using it again as a keyboard. If you wanted to change it, you could use it as the touchscreen, mouse touchscreen, and also all these other options. Anyway, going back, this should be it. So we're going to upload it, and it will tell you that it completed down here below. Now that it's disconnected, it will reconnect, and then within 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it'll open up Notepad and type in hello world. Now this is an easy way, very, very easy thing to do, and this is a very small script that doesn't really have much weight, but you can get very creative with just running around and using the keyboard by programming a payload onto it. Such as running bash commands, bad commands, download things, and then run them. Possibilities are endless. Again, this was only for educational purposes. Thank you for coming to Tech Attack, and we will see you again.